Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at SEI, seeing what's going on. We are seeing somewhat of a triple bottom here, of course, as well as a nice play out here of retest that recent resistance level at about 70 cents. So we're going to talk about that and a few other key factors that need to happen, but we're getting close to some confirming signs or signals that we want to look at for consideration for a long position here. So again, SEI has been mostly good to us. We got filled on 3 out of 4 exchanges recently, took a nice 25%. Unfortunately, KuCoin didn't trigger and didn't hit that entry target, and unfortunately got stopped out. So again, sorry for those who didn't get any luck with that, but for the most part, we were very profitable here on this coin. Again, the whole point of taking my trades, and if you're going to be considering that, is just to ensure that you take most profit if you can on the first 2 or 3 targets. That's the important thing to recognize. So I'll explain that a little bit later, of course, but make sure if you haven't already, read through our signals guide just so you understand specifically what that means. I talk about entries, targets, stop losses, and everything you need to know. Read through it thoroughly if you're currently a community member. Take a look at the SEI. What I want to talk about is, first of all, a few things. Let's just talk about worst case scenario here. Again, this is just kind of potential. We discussed this previously, and it's kind of worked fairly well. We got that inevitable bounce off 0.382, that's 62.75. So congrats, I got a couple of direct messages saying, hey, I was able to get in at that fib level there for a nice long position. And I'm just, again, congratulations on that. Super glad that it worked well for you. Again, alternative is 0.5. So this isn't guaranteed the price is going to take off. We still want to confirm that we are bullish, but at this point, this is a very good sign. And worst case scenario, 0.5, most recent high before the price took off, could be a pivot or a bouncing point as well. Okay, so we're going to double check that too. Just like to kind of start off with that potential scenario here. And if we take a look at stochastic RSI, that's swinging down, of course. Traditional RSI is kind of bounced at this $65 mark. Oh, sorry, it's not a dollar mark. 65 on RSI, just letting us know we're still, for the most part, bullish. Same thing with MACD. Not an official convergence yet. We're still on the horizon with that. So we got to respect the fact that price could pull back. Again, when you look at these things here, you're just kind of getting perspective on what might happen next. It's not necessarily guaranteed, okay? So all that having been said, we got a nice longer term trend line here that's forming. Kind of looking at, we've tested a few times. We're running concurrent with the 20 SMA. We're just going to go ahead and put that line on the chart there to give us perspective on roughly where we're at here. So again, still mostly bullish, even though some of the indicators are letting us know that we're losing that momentum to the upside. 4-hour time frame does imply here a few things. First of all, we got this lower liquidity level that hasn't been swept yet. Most coins have the exact same behavior, except for ICP. That one finally swept its lowest level liquidity, and that lower gap has effectively been filled. We still have a little bit left there. That's why this 0.5 Fibonacci level here at about 55 cents could be still a second leg down. So in other words, price action goes over here, gives a little dead cap, and then pulls back to this level. That's a possibility. I want you to get that into your head, okay? So again, if you use low leverage, low position size, and you average your position into, let's say, for example, you get in here and the price pulls back to here. Maybe a second entry, maybe a third target there with a stop loss down here. The likelihood of the price action coming down this level is pretty low. And on top of that, if you get filled right here, your average price would then be here, and the price comes back, and you're in good shape. There's a lot of different schools of thought, but that's generally how I like to structure my trades when I'm not 100% confident on the price just going straight up. Okay? So just know that little liquidity level there could be a little bit of a haunting for us later. Traditional RSI is looking good, of course. We'll talk about that in a minute. MACD is losing its momentum to the downside. We've almost converged. So another 12 hours from now, there's a strong chance we could see a convergence on the MACD here. Same thing with traditional RSI. We're at 50 on the RSI. I talked about this earlier with, I think, Solana. We have a nice MACD convergence on the 4-hour, but we're well under 50 on the RSI. It's usually not a great sign. To me personally, getting that confirmation being above that level is extremely important. So this is nice. We're almost there, but we're not quite, okay? Again, don't force a trade. Wait for confirmation. We're almost at that level. So this time later today, we get that MACD convergence and the price action is at its current price or higher. We should be in a better position to see the price continue. Taking a quick look here at the Ichimoku Cloud, we can see a few things here. First of all, Ichimoku Cloud is holding the price action in place for the moment, okay? So we got some good positive stuff here where the conversion line is above the baseline, just barely. And the lagging span, let me go ahead and move these here. The lagging span is soon intersect with the price action if the price doesn't go any higher. Okay, so that's somewhat of a false positive, and with us being within the cloud, this is technically a no buy zone. So if you haven't watched my Ichimoku Cloud video, be sure to familiarize yourself with that so you know. Just search my channel. It might come up at the end of the cards there, and just kind of give you an idea of how it works, because it works extremely well on the 1 hour, and I like to wait for confirmation with that. Having said all this, this most recent liquidity level has been swept, and we are retesting this most recent low here at about 69.5. So again, a closure at 70 cents or higher within the next 12 hours would give us that confirmation where we're just naturally above the cloud and we're good to go. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I want 70 cents or higher at the end of today's trading day. That would be optimal. Okay, if the price pulls back, that would potentially invalidate the trend here, but what it just validates for us is the fact that we are range bound. Okay, so again, price action is working within this range. Until it breaks free from this range completely, we're not in a position where we want to consider taking a long. Okay, getting close though. I'll admit this is one of the closer coins here right now. Not a lot of coins are giving us a ton of confirmation. This does give us a lot of positive contributing factors. So I think statistically the likelihood of the price going up from here is greater, but again, it may pull back to sweep that lower liquidity level first. That's where it's being patient, waiting for the cloud confirmation is ideal. Okay. Again, it's not exact science, but it definitely helps. On top of that, last thing I want to look at would be our CC Golden indicator. We can see we've got some good little previous entries with some good little sell targets there. Same thing here as well. But with us having a recent sell target and a recent buy order, we're still looking for our sell. So the long story short here is that we do have confirmation on the shorter time frames that we are in decent shape with us being above this little moving average cloud here. That's a good sign. Also closing above 68 cents, like I mentioned before, is optimal too. So I think there's a stronger chance we can kind of take a look at everything here that we're going to see the price action continue upwards from here. But again, I'm going to wait for confirmation of the cloud first before I take a trade with this coin. All right, so I hope that makes sense for you folks and I described this correctly. Comment below if you found benefit. Make sure, of course, you check out this awesome trading competition coming up here with Bitunix. A lot of my members are using this exchange because there's no VPN or KYC. And within a few hours, you can register. You just got to click the link down below, or it's available on our Discord here. I got a promo section. Be sure to check that out. It's just a really easy way to kind of get some extra funding, if you will. Because again, competitions, you should never try to force a trade, of course, but if you know you have some benefits just by being a high volume trader, or perhaps you just have a good P&L ratio, those are little things that will benefit you in the long run. Either way, thanks again for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.